Hello, my name is Patsy Ivy, and today I want to talk about some of the changes that have occurred in my life. One of the hardest changes that I made was quitting alcohol. I was in a relationship for 5 years that drinking was involved in everything that we did. After leaving that relationship over 7 years ago now, I would quit drinking for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, even a year, but I always made my way back to drinking. The issue that I had was that I wanted to quit drinking. And when I would get around other people who were drinking, I'd give in and drink too. And alcohol at this point started making me really sick. I could get sick off of 1 or 2 glasses of wine and be sick for 2 or 3 days. My inner guidance had been telling me to quit for years now. One day, I was in my car having a conversation with my higher self, and the subject of alcohol came up. I was made aware that I had not admitted that I had a problem. And it is very true. I didn't think I had a problem because I could go many months without drinking, and I didn't have to drink every day. I was then asked a question, what do you want? And then I realized that what I really wanted was to evolve spiritually. And what I had been doing was inhibiting my spiritual growth by drinking alcohol. And then I was made aware that I hadn't asked for help and that I needed to ask for help to receive it. So this whole conversation was a real jaw dropper for me. I hadn't realized that I had a problem and that I hadn't asked for help, and that I was stunting my growth by not doing so. It was amazing. After this conversation, I haven't had a drop of alcohol since, and it's been almost 2 years. Some of the other changes that have occurred has been that I changed my last name back to my maiden name. I stopped accepting relationships that were not in alignment with what I really wanted in a relationship. And I quit real estate and I started writing. And now I am doing these videos, which has not been easy for me. I've had to face a lot of fears. My fear of being seen, my fear of talking about my experiences, my fear of what my family or others would think about what I was saying. And making these videos has not been easy for me. Sometimes I have a hard time even speaking. I started sweating. My heart rate would be racing and my breathing would be heavy. So I'm facing a lot of fears, and by facing my fears, I'm overcoming my fears. So hopefully you can learn by example. You can do it too. I also stopped gambling, which was a lot easier than quitting alcohol. I had to look at the real reasons of why I was going to the casinos. I was using gambling as a pastime to cure my loneliness. So I really had to admit to myself that the reason was because I was lonely, and that wasn't easy for me. Loneliness was never cured by being in a relationship or by being married. My loneliness was caused by my not knowing my life's purpose, why I was here, and I felt lost. You see, when I was a child, at night when I went to bed, I would meditate. Of course, I didn't know it was called meditation at the time. And I would go home to what some people call heaven. And I would fly over these beautiful landscapes, and I would listen to the angels sing, and I would talk to the stars. And one night, my guides came up to me and told me that I needed to go back, but that I had a special purpose here. And I asked them what my special purpose was, and they told me, don't worry, you'll know. Just go and love everybody. And so I took off, but I went to hear the angels sing. And after that, I went back. But I never returned again because I was given the forgetfulness. As I started to write my book, I knew for the first time that I had found my life's purpose. I knew I was doing exactly what I came here to do, and it was such a freeing feeling. The loneliness has disappeared, even though I'm alone most of the time, or at least it seems. A deeper truth has been revealed, and it was that I was already fulfilling my life's purpose just by being here and being who I am. Just like most of us, I couldn't see how I truly affected those that I was around. And the forgetting of who I was done on purpose so that I could fulfill my life's purpose. So that is where I will stop today. Peace and love to you all. Namaste.